Hey you guys, what is up? It is Maisie with Barbecue by Maisie. If you are new here, that means you want to know all about the pellets. And if you are coming back, you're one of the real ones. I sure appreciate you. Today, we are going to get down and nerdy with these pellets. I am going to compare all of these different kinds of pellets. I would be interested in knowing what pellet that you prefer to use, so let me know down in the comments just for research purposes. But let's jump right in and start talking about price of the pellets. The cheapest pellet that I have here is Pit Boss, and it can be found at Walmart. It's about $9 for a 20-pound bag, $15 for a 40-pound bag. Camp Chef, Traeger, Bear Mountain, and Kingsford are all a little bit more expensive, ranging from $15 to $20 for a 20-pound bag. And then the Jealous Devil is the most expensive. They're about $25 to $30 for a 20-pound bag. All right, another thing to factor in is what are the pellets made of? That is going to affect the way they burn and obviously the smoke flavor. I know in my group I see a lot of people asking how they can get more smoke flavor. Well, to be blunt, when you're using a pellet grill, you're not going to get the same smoke flavor as you would if you're using an offset smoker and just using logs. I found a really helpful article. I'm going to link it down in the description, but I'm going to summarize it for you as quickly as possible. Basically, these pellet companies are using either a blend of hardwood or they're using 100% real wood. And it's kind of hard to find that information because they technically really don't have to disclose what they're using. But with a little research, you can generally figure out what's in each pellet. For example, Traeger and Pit Boss are a hardwood blend. That basically means that they are using a base wood along with the flavoring wood to produce that particular type of pellet. Kingsford does have a couple different kinds of 100% true wood. For example, their cherry is 100% true cherry wood. So that is something to look at when you're buying your pellets. Of course, those are going to be a little more expensive than the hardwood blends. Now, when you start looking at the hardwood blends, those blends can be used with varying levels of quality of material. Some of them are going to have bark in them. Some of them are using different parts of the logs. Some of these brands are using outsourced sawdust and then making their pellets from that. As you can see, there's a lot of information. There's a lot of different qualities of pellets. So I hope that's not super confusing, but it is going to play a role in the quality of pellet and how they cook. Obviously, another important factor is what's available near you. If you're having to buy and ship pellets online, that's going to get expensive. So I would just recommend finding a pellet that you can get locally that is going to get the job done. So that's enough yapping. I'm going to open these bags of pellets and let's just start looking at them and see what we've got here. All right, guys, are you ready? I'm going to put you through the ringer today. Let's see what you got. Okay, so here are the pellets all on their own. The Bear Mountain has a noticeably lighter color than the other ones. The Traeger ones are pretty dark colored. The Pit Boss, Camp Chef, and Kingsford are kind of in the middle, and then Jealous Devils are pretty dark as well. Another thing I noticed is the Bear Mountain. The outside of their pellet isn't as shiny as some of the others. The Traeger pellets, for example, have like kind of the shine to them. They're kind of glossy looking. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to pour water in with all of these and I just want to see what happens. I want to see if one like starts to disintegrate sooner than the others. Okay, something I just noticed right away is the Jealous Devil pellets kind of already started breaking up and like swelling up with the moisture. The Traeger pellets, they're having a very similar reaction. I would say the Pit Boss pellets have maintained their best shape, and the Camp Chef. Okay, it has been 10 minutes. Pretty interesting. So I would say the Traeger ones took on the most water and just kind of disintegrated probably the most. It just immediately fell apart. The Boss ones, it's hard to make them fall apart. What does that mean? Honestly, I have no idea. Would love to know what you guys think of this, but my initial thoughts are that the Kingsford and Pit Boss, when they are being made, maybe in the factory process, are being made a little bit better. And it also makes me wonder,
as far as like humidity and climate goes, if those two would hold up better. So I think the last thing to do is put these pellets to the test in the actual smokers. Also, I have no idea how long this is going to take me, so if I am in different clothes, that means it took me more than one day to get through this. Look, I've got a baby, I've got a life. I'm doing my best.
All right, it is a new day. Today I am burning through these pellets. I'm going to do 2 cups of every brand of pellet. We're going to see how quickly the grill reaches 400 degrees, and then we'll see how quickly it burns through those 2 cups of pellets. So I'll probably just speed up this portion of the video and let you know what I find out at the end, but I have no idea how long this is going to take me, so I'm going to get an early start. So I'll check in with y'all later. Let's go. Okay, so I have spent about 2 hours burning through these pellets, and honestly, the results are kind of interesting. There wasn't a huge difference in the way that these burned. The variation in times between the 6 brands of pellets wasn't huge. It varied about a minute to 2 minutes between the different brands. So it took longer for the Pit Boss pellets to burn, and they reached temperature at 400 quicker than the others. So after looking at all the data and everything that I have done with these pellets, honestly, I think I'm going to stick with using Pit Boss pellets. They're just so much cheaper. They're so easy to get. They're at Walmart, and there's really not a difference in the way that they burn, and they're getting to temperature really quickly. So I don't see any reason to pay more for a different brand of pellets. Of course, something that I didn't get to try is the different flavors between each brand. The flavor profiles of each pellet just wasn't close enough for me to feel like I could have gotten like a definite answer on that. But since I do use Pit Boss pellets, I've been happy with the flavor that I get. So again, there's no reason for me to switch. Well, I hope you found this video informative and interesting. I know I sure did. If you want to see me compare something else, let me know. I really enjoy making these kinds of videos. Okay, this was fun to do in the last video. If you have made it to this point, please comment purple elephant down below so I can see who is sticking with me till the end. This was a fun video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I sure do appreciate you. And until next time, buenos dias.